Well, hey everybody, and welcome to Animal Donut, where creativity meets investing. My name is Jeff Luke, and by the end of this video, you will know things about creativity that you don't know now, and something among these things will make a difference in your life. Now what I want you to do is I want you to look out for 5 words which are coming up in this video which have a lot of power to affect your life and your success. Now the first thing I just want you to think about before we get started is screen time, and how much time do you spend a day on your screen, whether it's your computer or your iPhone or your iPad. And I spend a lot of time on my phone. Most of it probably on YouTube. When we're on the phone, a lot of the times what we're doing is consuming content. We're looking at stuff that other people have made and we're being entertained. Nothing wrong with that. It's one of the great pleasures of life. But just think about that. Think about the time spent consuming what other people have made. And this brings me to an annual report that I read about a year and a half ago. And it was Amazon.com's, it was their annual report to shareholders. And the interesting thing about it was the shareholder letter, which is, those first few pages of the annual report. And it was Jeff Bezos's last letter to shareholders. This is what the annual report looks like. 2020 Amazon annual report. And reading this shareholder letter, there is a heading, a bold-faced heading right here. And it says, create more than you consume. And these are powerful words, and I just thought they were so well thought out. He had like 27 years as CEO to think about, what was the most important defining characteristic of Amazon. As a person in business, Bezos applies this to what Amazon has done for its share owners, for its employees, for its third-party sellers, for its customers, for the retail website, and also for Amazon Web Services customers. If you're interested in this, I think it's well worth reading through the annual. It's online. You can download the PDF. Just Google search for 2020 Amazon annual report, and you'll find it. What he does is, a lot of times when people talk about Amazon, and I'm just focusing on the customer side of it and what Amazon has done in terms of creating value for its customers. And a lot of times people think of the low prices and the vast selection and the fast delivery that they get from Amazon because that's how it affects them as a customer. The average customer, about 28% of the customers complete their purchases in about 3 minutes or less. And half of the customers create their purchases in about 15 minutes or less. And so when you think about that, that's a huge cost savings and it's a savings of their time and of their lives. Because if you go to a physical store, you have to get in the car, you have to drive to the store, find a place to park, go into the store, and then you're wandering around the aisles finding the stuff that you need in the store. And then you go and wait in the line to check out, you pay for it, then you have to go and find your car, get in it, and drive home. And the average statistic on a trip to the store is about 1 hour round trip. And so if you compare that to 15 minutes of buying something online, that's a huge savings of time. It works out to about 75 hours per year. And this is all in this annual report, by the way. And Bezos said, if you were to pay yourself $10 an hour for those 75 hours, that works out to about $750 every year of value. That if you're saving that time, it's value that's created by Amazon. If you take the $750 and you subtract out the cost of a Prime membership, which is about $120 as of now, that works out to about $630 for each customer of value. And then you multiply that times 200 million Prime customers, and you've come up with $126 billion a year of value created. And that is how a data-driven person like Jeff Bezos is able to quantify value, at least in terms of how a business creates value for its customer. You know, here's a quote from Bezos, which is in this annual report. He says, if you want to be successful in business and in life, actually, you have to create more than you consume. Your goal should be to create value for everyone you interact with. Any business that doesn't create value for those it touches, even if it appears successful, even if it appears successful on the surface, isn't long for this world. It's on the way out. Think about that in your own life. Doesn't matter. If you're in business, then that's fantastic. You can think of ways you can add value to your customers' lives. But it also applies to ways that you can give value in other ways. If you're an artist, a musician, maybe it's through teaching or writing. You create value when you use your own enthusiasm and energy and everything that you put in. It's really your attitude towards life and towards contributing to other people and connecting with other people. One way that I do it is obviously through making a video like this to share with you guys. The first book that I wrote is Stock Market Intelligence, and this is a book that I wrote because I wanted to share with the world what I've learned about investing in stock. I never knew I could write a book like this, but I took some time, I collected my thoughts, I organized them, I wrote it, kind of had to figure out all the details of getting a book published, but now it's done. It's on Amazon and people actually buy this and learn from it, and then they email me. So it kind of goes full circle, but that is part of creating and being an artist, where you are able to share your gifts and add something into the world. So that for me is creating some value for other people, and that is for you the message from this video. Think a little bit about the ways that you consume content, and then think of ways that you can create more than you consume. If you found this video helpful to you, please hit the like button and also subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Please share this with your friends, and remember to stay hungry, stay creative, stay foolish, and I will see you in the next video.